Hello everyone, this is Alan Scorpio who write the book From Western to Chinese Astrology. There are lots of astrology concepts and techniques being introduced in different chapters of the book that may not suit every level of the reader. I would like to spend some time explaining those abstract concepts here. Thank you for your support and patience in walking through these chapters. This is the content which we will go through in this chapter. There are two astrology systems, namely tropical and sidereal, which takes the different incarnation of the Earth axis. Sidereal is adopted by Vedic astrology, while Western astrology follows the tropical one. These two systems will have different of view at the Mars equinox. As comparison, Chinese astrology was once sidereal system, but finally adopted the tropical system. However, if you study feng shui, which the definition and rectify of the 24 mountains, they will try to find the sidereal astrology system. There are two strong evidence of Chinese astrology are using tropical system. As you can see, their solar terms, which is related to their lunisolar calendar, are calling tropical years. Secondly, the definition of the first month of their calendar, which uses the position of the sun. As you can see, the shifting of earthly boundaries is trying to rectify the actual precessions. But since Han Dynasty to now, their calendars are retrospectively using the most ancient system as Shah Dynasty, which is doing the same bit as Western astrology that the zodiac have been frozen in the sky since thousands of years ago. The origin of all astrology systems are using geocentric sun model, which the Earth is in the center of the universe or solar system. Despite the finding in astronomy, astrology systems are still retained in these old forms of foundations. There are three key elements in description of the celestial objects in the universe, which the moved ones are called planets. The fixed ones are fixed stars, and the critical elements, imaginary planets, which is the core of Chinese astrology. We will have the in-depth analyzed contents on the imaginary planets true form later. For the application of the real planets in Western astrology, it is like a lucky draw on a circular dashboard. When the planets are rest in some particular sections, which is known as the 12th house, some houses' natures are relatively good, while some are relatively bad. Difference of results can be determined. The real situation of a planet in the universe in a particular time is called transit, while the projected time frame of using 1 day equals to 1 year situation on predictive techniques are called progressive charge. These are the crucial techniques used at Western astrology, which requires the exact information of the sidereal time and high level of astronomy knowledge is essential to keep them correct. Astrology systems are ever-changing, which astronomy findings are always painting impacts. For example, the most primitive form of whole and equal size house system refers the geocentrism model. The discovery of Uranus, Neptune, Pluto in modern astrology has refined some of the rulership or so-called lordship of some zodiac sign. The discovery of asteroids like Juno is appearing to the synapse charts of the couples, but not all astronomy components are revealed to our astrology system, which the universe is too dynamic for modeling it in a human perception way. So, astrology system is our mankind's perception than the real form of the universe. Let's start with the Chinese astrology foundation, 白字, which are egg writing, providing the birth time information of a person, serve as the same purpose of native chart. This can be classified into 4 different pillars with different units of time known as yearly pillar contains year information, month pillar contains month information, day pillar which stores the number of days since the start of month, hour pillar which stores the Chinese hour information. Note that in one day there is only 12 Chinese hour, which 2 units of hour in Westerner equals to 1 unit of Chinese hour. If we try to illustrate the 白字 in real planet's perspective, year is the lowest pillar, which is illustrated at the outer circle. Hour pillar is the fastest pillar, illustrated in the inner circle. The right side illustrates the 12 bases of modern 紫微斗数. They are equivalent to 12 house system of Western astrology, but usually present in square form. We will discuss how Chinese astrology use their own techniques to convert the 12 houses into their 12 bases. In this book, we make some deep analysis on Chinese astrology system, which my aim is to review the Chinese astrology system which serves 15 billion of people. The overemphasis of Fatism and philosophy based on imaginary planets, which is being too remote to the astrology system I'm familiar with. As an astrology believer, I find it is quite challenging to see people around my country talking on the oversimplified model. The master say you need to know the nature of the imaginary star in order to master the ancient arts, which is very ironical. You have to go back to the real planets, which is the mathematical transformation or formulation into the imagined star of the system. Also, I have been studying some psychology course. The strong strength of Fatism concept being elaborated in Chinese astrology system may finding some toxic mindset which provide low perceive of light control of the citizens. Finally, Chinese astrology are too abstract to understand. The variance of interpretation from different fortune tellers can be huge, according to their own understanding to their astrology based. The old Chinese literature are not always alike, and take many effort of time to reach the correct source. Many modern popular tables or fortune-telling methods are very biased, with overgeneralization or are simplified too much that has no way to do the judgment. All of this encouraged me to write this book, which I know many defender or some hater may arise, but please let me explain my point of view in the entire book first. The book name is named as From Western Astrology to Chinese Astrology, but actually, Vedic astrology is the first system that is transferred to ancient China through Buddhism, but holistical astrology are merged with Vedic astrology at a more ancient time ago. Thus, many sharing of concepts of Western astrology and Vedic astrology and being transferred to Chinese astrology system. For example, at the right side, the lordship concepts of the 12 zodiacs are about the Western astrology. It is starting of Aries at the first house. While this Outer Circle 27 Moon Martian are Vedic astrology. This is the end of the introduction chapter CO. See you next chapter. Thank you and bye bye.